Well, howdily doodly everybody. What's up, you guys? We need to talk about something here once again. I feel like I'm having to talk quite a bit here, which I am more than open to. I have been seeing a trend in quite a few places. Now, I'm not saying this is everybody doing this, and I don't know the exact stats, but people are already quitting Overwatch, or at least thinking about quitting, or questioning the longevity of it. I'm seeing it everywhere, especially on the Reddit. I'm hearing conversations. Just people wonder how long just pure gameplay can take them, because that's pretty much what you get in this game. And I'm going to break that down and in my exact feelings on it once I roll the gameplay. And you know what? There's no better time than now. Let's just fucking get into it. Before we do, I will mention I love this game. The gameplay is great. If I forget to mention that at any point, that needs to be said. I think most people can agree on that. In fact, if they got everything else right and the gameplay was, the way it is now, but the monetization and the progression systems were all good, I don't think anyone would really have anything to complain about. In fact, I would be ranting about Zarya or something right now, or just balancing issues, which there's not even a whole lot in my opinion. But anyways, let's get into it. Come with me. Let's go. All right, just to start off, just a little reminder that people are already talking about leaving the game. Now, I'm not talking about they're planning on leaving. I've seen posts saying, I'm leaving the game until I see something better from the battle pass or the store gets better. Like, it's gotten to that point already for people where that is their main concern, is I feel like there's no progression in this game. And I 100% agree. In Overwatch 1, you had the level system. You had the loot boxes. It felt just fine enough. You would get in-game currency off of duplicates and shit, or you would just get straight up in-game currency off of the loot boxes. It felt very fair. I understand there's the argument to be made that was a paid-for game, not a free-to-play game. Free-to-play games have to do it differently. But I also think that's kind of a bullshit cop-out, because a lot of us paid close to $100 for the Overwatch experience just for it to disappear. So there should be some kind of compensation for that. I've mentioned that a few times in past videos. Outside of that, you can't just rely on the battle pass to be the sole progression of the game. Even Valorant has other progression outside of the battle pass. I don't know. Valorant's a bad place to look for this, obviously. I continue to say that. Riot Games is not a good standard for fucking monetization. They're the worst. They're dirt tier. If I'm tier listing, they're all the way at the fucking bottom. They do it a horrible, greedy way, and even the people that play Valorant and love it would say the same goddamn thing. They don't like that shit. Without the leveling system, even if we didn't get anything from leveling up, why even remove it? I don't understand why it was removed. Was it just so locked together that you got loot boxes from it, that there were bugs and issues surrounding that? Or did you just want the sole progression to be the battle pass? That's just all you want players to think about, because if that's the case, that's super fucking predatory, bro. If you want all of the focus on this game to just be on your battle pass, to which you can finish and get to level 80, especially if those whales pay all that money you want them to, and then you just unlock like title cards or some shit, like name cards. It's after level 80, you just unlock like little titles for your account. Who gives a shit? That's not interesting. You literally could have plugged in loot boxes there and people would have paid to get more. It would have been the same system again. Now, I'm not saying we need loot boxes back, but I'm saying loot boxes were a better system, and you can work in tandem loot box and battle pass. Fucking Apex does it, and people have no qualms with how they're doing shit over there. They're doing it great. If we would have got that, we could have easily gotten that system. Not to get fucking crazy already, but why? Why get rid of the leveling system? Here's the other thing. Blizzard's responding to shit here and there about like server issues, bugs, balancing. They have not said one thing about the monetization. Why don't you just say, we're looking at ways to change the shop? Or are you just going to avoid it? You're just going to sweep it under the rug forever and act like people aren't saying these things? Because a lot of people are saying these things. It's not just you and me and the rest of people watching this video. It's all over Reddit. People are talking about it everywhere. The only people that aren't really talking about it are like newer players, because they're just now experiencing Overwatch and seeing how fun this game really is. And they don't have time to worry about like longevity and shit. But we've been playing this game for like 6 or some years, and we got used to a good system of progression. Now it's gone. Now for some people, cosmetics and shit doesn't equal progression. But think about how the newer players are going to think when 3 months down the line and all they have is the battle pass skins because they can't afford buying $300 in skins every month. They're going to feel terrible. They're going to be like, I can never get any character skins. There's like 40 heroes in this game, and I can only afford a skin for maybe 6 of them, except for the battle pass skins, which are mid at best. Even the Genji one's pretty fucking mid. He opens his face when he ults, whatever. That's pretty cool. But outside of that and the flower nipples, I'm not that impressed, bruh. You could do better. This is like the biggest thing, and I feel like I continue to forget to talk about it, or at least at length. They're literally locking characters behind the battle pass. Now, for Overwatch 1 players, we got Kiriko right off the bat, whatever. For some reason, they didn't think to just give us the battle pass in general. We still have to pay for that, despite you deleting our game that we've been playing, that we paid for multiple times for most people. The next battle pass, you're not going to have that luxury anymore. Okay, the next one doesn't have a hero, but the one after that, the next battle pass with a hero locked inside of it, you will not have that luxury anymore. You're gonna have to pay the money to get it right away, or you can wait the 3 weeks or so, however long it's been out at this point, to unlock it in the battle pass. I barely just hit 55, and I've been playing since day one. I've been playing a lot. Obviously, I make content around the game. Like, this is a game I play heavily, and I'm barely just hitting level 55. I did not buy the battle pass. I'm not getting any boosts. I didn't buy any tiers. This is fucked up. When the next one comes around, it's going to be bad for comp. It's going to be bad for quick play, unless you want to shell out the money. Now, again, if they would just give us currency back from buying the battle pass, no one would fucking complain. You can make that quick fix. You could put fillers, put 20 more tiers in for 10 more shitty spray paints and 1,000 worth of the in-game currency. It doesn't have to be extra. You don't have to do 1,200. You can just give us it back. And then it feels worth running your fucking shitty battle pass. When you put the pay to win characters in there, it is fucked up. And people are just going to be locked out for at least a few weeks to a month. And the casual player is going to be locked out for like however long it takes to beat the battle pass, and then whatever the rules are to get the character after the battle pass, whatever challenges you have to do to grind that character back and finally get it. It could be like 3 months before some people are able to use the new character in comp. And if they're busted and everyone on your team doesn't have her, well, that fucking sucks, because balancing has shown that they'll leave a character who's busted in for a really long time. Look at Zari with the double bubble. This has been an issue for 3 weeks now. Does she get taken out of the game like Bastion and Torbjorn? No. I don't think she deserves to be taken out of the game, but she is very strong with double bubble. There were some stats that came out that showed that she's the most used tank at high elos. Like, she's overwhelmingly number one. That's a balance issue. She's super solid right now. Speaking on longevity, to reiterate, new players probably are not going to like after a few months that they have unlocked close to no skins and shit for their characters, because the skins, especially the older skins, have a lot of detail put into them, and they're very cool, man. It's like dangling candy in front of their faces. They're just going to leave and go play Apex or Fortnite or fucking maybe even Valorant. Fuck it, dude. There's no character skins in Valorant, so they're not that extravagant. They're just gun skins. They might just go jump to that. It might feel more rewarding because they're not getting any progression. There's no level system. It's just a shitty battle pass, and unless they want to pay $60 to $70 a year on the game like it's fucking World of Warcraft or some shit, I don't know how much that game costs. Probably more than that. It's owned by Blizzard. They're just gonna leave. They're gonna go find another game where there's like actual levels and shit. A lot of the people talking about the longevity are already saying they're gonna leave because the game is great, but there's not much else outside of the gameplay that's rewarding you, which for me, that's fine. That's why I'm still playing it, but I totally fucking get where they're coming from, and it makes me worried that this game's just gonna die again. Don't fool yourself. Overwatch 1 did die, and they did it right. The only reason it died is because they stopped putting out content to make this, which is like just an update to Overwatch 1. And I know I'm shitting on the game right now, but I'm shitting on it for the right reasons. It's because I like the game. I'm shitting on it because I like it, and you can like it too and still point out its flaws. Just like everything in life. All the beautiful shit you think is perfect has flaws. Now, whether you recognize them or not, some other people will recognize them. And the people that are angry about the battle pass and the progression system and the shop and just a lot of shit in general, the bugs, that the way characters are being treated, they're just pointing out what you're refusing to see. And that's fine. If you like these issues, if you like spending $400 a month on skins, that's great. I wish I was born with a silver spoon up my ass, but I wasn't, so it's annoying for me and other people. I have plenty of skins too from Overwatch 1. I don't need these. At some point, I'm gonna want the new shiny thing, and it's either do I eat dinner tonight or do I get Roadhog's fucking GIMP outfit? No, I don't want to deal with that. Like, that's the thing. With Overwatch 1, like I said, I have a bunch of skins and shit. I didn't pay much money for those. I did buy loot boxes a few times because I didn't mind supporting them, especially during seasonal events. I thought it was fun. I was getting a lot of value. It was after the first few years because I was getting my money's worth at first, and I had people that bought me loot boxes. I know a lot of people that bought loot boxes, and I bought loot boxes for other people. I did that for some people's birthdays. It was fun. They loved it. It just felt like Blizzard wasn't after our money back then. Now, there was different people in charge. Rest in peace, my man Jeff. Not that he's dead. It felt safer. Like, they cared about us. They cared about the gameplay, and they cared about what we thought about them. Now, it just feels like Scrooge McDuck got his fucking grimy little fingers all over it, and it's just about sucking as much money as possible, as fast as possible. I don't know if they give a fuck if Overwatch dies. I don't know. If people do start leaving and go jump ship to games that are a little bit better with progression and everything, because it's not like Overwatch is the only game with good gameplay. There's plenty of free-to-play games that are really fun to fucking play. It's completely possible that this game dies out before the end of the year, middle of next year. I don't know if they're really going to give a shit, unless there's just some extremely whaley people right now that are just funding them and confirming their greed. Then it might die out and they might not give a fuck because they're not making money off it anymore. Who cares? Move on to the next Blizzard cash grab. Even on top of all this shit, it's the free-to-play game. It's the supposed sequel. Feels more or less like an update to Overwatch 1. We're all having fun with that still. At least I was. I didn't play it as frequently because I wanted more content, but I still played it at least once a week. The remnants of that fucking game are still everywhere, even though they took shit out, like the on fire stuff. They still have the fucking voice lines in there. They took that out. They took out a mode just to replace it with another mode, which meant we lost a bunch of maps because that mode is now gone. If you really think about it, this game has more or less the same amount of content as Overwatch 1. Sure, we got the characters and some new maps and shit, but we haven't even seen like maps that still play on these modes like Nimbani and shit. Nobody's seen them. They're just gone. It definitely feels like tick down in content. You expect a lot more from a sequel, especially, like, think about when games were, like, really cared about, like Halo 2 to Halo 3. Look at how much shit changed and how much you got. That was an actual sequel to a video game, and it was a multiplayer title. They just improved on literally everything and changed the game itself to make it better, but keep the same core feeling. What happened with that? Why are they scared? Why are the only thing they're not scared about is how much money they can get out of you? That's not even mentioning that enemy endorsements are gone now, which is so fucking confusing, because that kind of punishes you for playing in a 5-stack in a game that's all about cooperative gameplay, because you're not getting endorsements anymore. Not that the endorsements give you anything. They give you like 1,000 Battle Pass XP, which is like a sneeze at the Battle Pass. That's nothing. Why the fuck? Some of these things that were taken out, I just don't fucking understand. Why was that taken out? What was the point in that? And then I'm also seeing comments about people that the achievements, the trophies or some shit. Let me find it. This one is a direct quote from somebody. Fukumari said to rant about how they didn't even bother to change the trophy for the PS5 version. There's still 2CP trophy. I don't play on PS4 or PS5. I just play on PC, but that sounds like they were lazy even with the trophy and achievement system, which when I did play on Xbox and PlayStation, I did like getting achievements and trophies. It was definitely sick. That's not even the point of it, though. They didn't even bother to give you newer designs for that. Like, they just pushed it out. We don't even have the fucking PvE. They just shoved this out. That makes me worried if it's just all about the money. I really think it's all about the money, and that's really bad for longevity. Unless the PvE comes out and it's just the most amazing thing ever, that's great, but that still puts the PvP in a really bad spot, because then people are just going to be playing the PvE. It feels like a fucking cash grab the more it goes on without them saying anything. Like, they're not even justifying their greedy decisions. They're just existing. I don't know what else there is to say about it. The Battle Pass is still bad. The shop is still bad. All the monetization is bad. It's like a mobile game up in this bitch, which some people are theorizing that is what is to come. I would not be shocked. Some aspects of this game definitely feel like a mobile game. We'll see what they do. We'd all love to hear from Blizzard. Are they thinking about changing anything? Is this set in stone? Even if it is, I'll still be angry, because I loved Overwatch 1 and I hate to see it turn to such a dark place that it is now. Friendly reminder that I am a fun guy. I like to rant. I'm passionate, so it might seem like I'm steaming or whatever. Some people will defend this game's shitty decisions no matter what. They'll defend any game's shitty decisions because they're unwilling to see the blemishes on something that they hold so dearly. I'm not mad. Like, I am mad that I have to deal with this shit, but I'm still loving the game. I'm still having fun playing it with friends and streaming it and making content for it. I'm gonna keep doing that. They're not chasing me away with this bullshit. I don't want to see it die again, because some people, they don't have that kind of drive that I do just for the gameplay. Of course, some people will. And, you know, the same people that are mad about it right now and playing it right now and loving that they're playing it right now are going to be feeling the same way in 6 months if nothing changes and it stays a shitty, greedy machine. They're going to be doing the same thing. Probably less talkative about it and just accepting of it, but still not liking it. That's it for me. Thanks for watching. I always appreciate you guys, and I read all the comments and respond to as much as I can. If not, you see my little like. If there's a like on there, it was probably me, baby. I'm sure I'll find something else to rant about with Overwatch in the future. If not, it probably died. Bye!
How am I alive still? I tried to delay him.
I was gonna ult. Fucking it.
Yeah, it's
I'll
No,
wait,
it's
I'll
not.
wait
No,
for
it's not.
everyone else to be there.
you gotta just go now. They're 3 meters away from winning. Nice, Stoddy.
Oh
Holy
my
shit,
god,
that
Naughty.
bastard's crazy.
Holy